every other trainer around the country is going to say, no, it's the work rate, and you got to be good, you got to be tough, and you got to be bad. And, you know, you want to have all those qualities. I'm not saying you don't, but it's not the most important part, especially if your goal is to make money in the industry, if your goal is to become a superstar and get fame and all of that kind of thing. And that's only a rare select few who have that chance and opportunity. But at the same time, I take guys and I bring the character out of them and I bring the personality out of them and turn them into a larger-than-life persona that people relate to and that people want to see. I got guys like the Hobo who people are going nuts for. Mario Banks is unbelievable. Haynes Classic, AC Spade, the bombing and tagging graph artist from the San Fernand. This was a kid who came to me as a completely shy, unconfident kid with, you know, who got kicked out of his house because he wanted to be a pro wrestler, and now he was living with his aunt, and he had no self-esteem, and it was just something he loved. And now he's like this confident kid with like a hard work ethic and passion and dedication, and he's opening up on the mic, and he's becoming a character, and he's becoming a persona, and it's truthfully the kind of thing that I've been ecstatic about, because my school's not about making pro wrestlers. My school's about making people's dreams come true, and I'm incredibly fortunate to know that it's exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah, well, see, now that sounds like the kind of place that people should definitely look into, because these places that just do you give the guys their characters, or do you sort of like nudge them in a certain direction, or this or that do you tell them, like, if you got a guy that's into death metal, do you say, look, man, if you're into death metal that much, just take that and, like, you know, do your hair up, and you know what I mean, like, come out.
Exactly. I mean, everybody's an individual. You know, the Hobo came to me with this character in mind, and we figured out how we were going to do it. And he, honestly, there's so much. I mean, that's like 95% all him. I mean, it could be 100% for all I care. But like, you know, that was something him. But Haynes Classic came to me first day of training, and he's at training, and he's excited, and he's passionate, ready to learn his first day of lessons, and he's wearing his shorts with his underwear showing. And I just looked at him, and I was like, well, there's your wrestling name, man. It's right there on your underwear. And from that point on, he's been Haynes Classic. And then we said to him one day, I was looking, and I was like, you know, you're getting in, and we've been doing like few months in, and we've been training, and you're making progress, but you're really just this underwear guy, but we got nothing more. So why don't we bring up the confidence level and the cockiness and turn you into the cock of the walk? And ever since we did that, this guy's been on a tear. Here's a kid who came to me as what I'll call tall and chubby. I mean, he just had no muscle on his body. He couldn't do push-ups. He couldn't do sit-ups or dips, pull-ups, anything. And now he is a working-out machine. I'm not saying he's jacked. He doesn't have a WWE physique, but he has muscle on his body now. When you see him, he's got definition, and you see that he's got pecs now and abs now and buys and tries and traps and belts. And even when we go to the bars and have fun together now, he's got so much confidence that he's the man of the crew that's picking up chicks every time, and it's not a lie and it's not a work. Go to MakeMeAProWrestler.com, and you can watch the video of last time after we did this game show audition together as a group, that we went to this bar, and this Australian chick that was at the bar watching World Cup soccer picked up Haynes Classic because he had the confidence to go drop his pants in the middle of the bar with his trunks on and like do his little spiel. She took him home, he got laid. It's unbelievable stuff that happens at the Fit Pit, where dreams come true.
Excellent. What's it called? What's your school called?
It's called the Fit Pit Pro Wrestling School and Training Center, and the website is www.makemeaprowrestler.com.
Are you running a promotion too, or just the school?
You know, it's a combination. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say I'm running a full promotion yet, but I'm running shows. We've run 5 shows since the start of the year, and they've been absolutely awesome. Our facility is hands down just what I'll call a megaplex. We got about a 15,000 square foot facility with nearly $750,000 to $1 million worth of weight equipment. My partner on the gym is the world's strongest man, Scott Mendelson. You can look him up. He's got an 1,100-pound bench press. He runs his world championship powerlifting team out of our gym as well. I mean, we got a facility that kicks ass. The ring's in there. We got all the heavy bags. We got all the weights I'm talking about. We got a judo. We got the wrestling mat sections. We do MMA. We got experts. I mean, it's just it's awesome. I mean, when we're trying to put together something even bigger and more special, we did this show last Sunday, Run Rookie Run, that, I mean, I couldn't have been more ecstatic and proud. I mean, it was a complete success. As far as draw, I mean, a little under 100 people, but just the show was executed pretty well. We did an illusion to start the show. There was fireballs and guy's head being lit on fire at the show. Guy's tooth got knocked out by a kick. I mean, and it was what I build the show as Run Rookie Run, a pro wrestling experience, because I don't put pro wrestling matches on a wrestling card. I give you a theatrical experience and tell a story from beginning, middle to end. All of my guys aren't there just to be a match. They're there to put to put themselves out there as true, like I said, larger than life wrestling superstars and performers. And it's really cool because everyone gets to be a part of the storyline. I mean, it's not just let's go out and wrestle. It's how can we make you cool and make you live your dreams.
Awesome. Yeah, just ask Hogan and Nash how many wrestling moves they needed to know. You know,
that's it. You know, that's the funny thing, and no one wants to accept that. And I got to be honest, man. I mean, my style of wrestling from when I broke in was watching an ECW style too. I mean, I broke in '99, getting power bombed off top ropes, doing table spots, ladders, ladder matches right from the get-go. It was the crazy style that I loved. I loved doing springboards. I loved getting tossed around. In XPW, I got tossed off a 30-foot tower into a kiddie pool of raw sewage. I jumped off 20-foot cages. I was been through fire, barbed wire, guardrails, the whole nine. I loved the crazy style, but it was a couple of years ago at the XPW reunion of just hanging with Sandman after Cold Day in Hell, and when he walked through the backstage and he was just like, man, I just stole the show by dropping an elbow, where it clicked in me, and I was like, you know what? That's right. You don't have to do shit, and you can make more money, and you can keep your body safe, and you can go through an adult life without having all the health problems. You don't have to be addicted to drugs. You can use the drugs you like recreationally and safe without having all the problems and side effects that so many wrestlers seem to come down with.
Right. Yeah, Sandman, all he had to do was walk out to that song, smoke a cigarette, and hold the cane, drink some beer. He didn't even have to wrestle, really. People just wanted to see his entrance. Fuck,
That's it. And then you pop out a move. It's just so funny. I know so many people, like, when someone comes in for wrestling training, that they're so adamant that you got to know everything. Like, let's say you got a guy who comes into your wrestling school, and he's 6'8", and he's 345 pounds, and you got the trainers there trying to teach him how to do chain wrestling, and it's like, sure, over the course of his career, you want to teach him and let him know so he could be a well-rounded, knowledgeable guy, but at the same point, teach him what he needs to know to make him go out there and be a superstar, because the only way to build stars is to build stars. And that's one of the problems of pro wrestling, is no one builds stars. Everyone has the ego. Everyone's afraid to lose. Everyone's afraid to put the big monster over on an indie show. Everyone's afraid to see if the big guy goes in there. They don't want him to dominate. They want him to go in there and have a great match with the little guy. And it's like bullshit, man. That big guy has to be a big frickin' monster, because the only way you have a monster is to build a friggin' monster.
Right, yeah. Hey, look, watch ECW. 911 never even was in a match. He came out, choke slammed some motherfucker, and that's it. And everyone loved him. He was one of the most over characters they had, never even had a match. That's
all you got to do, man. It's that simple. It's just that no one wants to listen. I mean, even on the WWE levels, you look at the FCW talent, and it's like they go down there, and they're under developmental contract for 2 frickin' years learning what it takes to be a pro wrestler, when Vince McMahon doesn't give a damn about you being a pro wrestler. He wants you to be a wrestling superstar or a WWE superstar. So teach the guys what they need to know to be a superstar on TV. Don't teach them how to wrestle in a way that they're never going to wrestle on TV. It's really ridiculous in my mind, because it's a lot of blown, wasted money.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think but they don't even character wants to make movie stars instead of actors. So I don't even watch that show anymore, so I don't know. But it just seems like everyone's a bodybuilder with zero character. Bodybuilders really don't have much bring in those guys that are bodybuilders is just terrible. But yeah. So the MakeMeAProWrestler.com is the.
That's the site, man. I'm telling you, in SoCal, if you want something special, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you straight up on the air. If you want to be the best worker in the world, there's some other guys who probably are better workers than me that'll go teach you how to wrestle. But if you want to go be a star in the wrestling business and and I can't promise you anything. So I mean, you got to bring something to the table. I'm not making